Alright, well, we're going to see if we can install a little doorknob here today. Shouldn't be too complicated, but just figured I'd show you guys. We are inside the pump house, which is coming along nicely. But when I bought this here door, it didn't come with a knob, and I kind of drug around, and I finally got around to ordering one. And I wanted to show you, this one is from Copper Creek Hardware, which I got this on Amazon. I'm really not that picky. This is a pump house. I don't really care about the finish. I don't care about the quality that much. I'll probably never lock it, but this one comes with a full knob and key and everything. The only other problem is it's double bored because it's a standard exterior door for a shop or whatever. So we've had to order a second, just a blank plate that we'll put on the deadbolt. But anyway, this doorknob, this thing was like 10 bucks on Amazon, which I thought was pretty fair for just a general doorknob. I'm sure you can find them cheaper in bulk elsewhere. Sorry, my back's bothering me. But for 10 bucks, I'm happy with that versus going back to the store and trying to pick through a half a dozen of them and finding one I like. And it looks like it's pretty decent quality. So we're going to get started on installing it. I'll put the link down here in the description like always. I had this bungee cord on here just to hold the door shut for now because it kept blowing open in the wind. And I just had it tied off to a nail on the outside. But I believe, yeah, see if that drives you guys crazy, flashing the lights on and off a dozen times. We've got our knob kit. We've got the, I think it's called the barrel, plunger, whatever you want to call it. And it actually only comes with one striker plate, which I guess makes sense because it's only one doorknob. Oh, and a whole pack full of screws. Ooh, and a key for rekeying the door. Nice. Got some shallower coarse threaded screws for the wood here to go into the, put the striker plate on. So let's get that done first. 1, 2. Alright, let's throw this door open here. Let's get some light in, see if it doesn't blind y'all. Blinded by light. And my screwdrivers are outside, staying warm. So, striker plate. Oh goodness. There's your first boo-boo. My trim that I installed. Should have been over just a little bit, but it'll be okay. Suppose I've got my I've probably got my impact drill sitting right there, but these screws are soft enough you just zip them right in. Make sure you put your striker plate in the right way. Don't put it in backwards. It's got the little ramp on it, of course. I set the camera up inside the pump house here actually just so you guys will be able to see when I put the screw in on the door itself. That's the only reason I put it in here. Let's test that. Just make sure nothing's rubbing. Really shouldn't be because it's chiseled in there. Yeah, nice snug fit. Good. Yeah. It makes that striker plate look funny that it hits the trim like it does, but I don't believe it's a problem with anything. Okay, now for the knob itself. It's all pre-assembled. Let me see. Now this always takes me a second, so y'all bear with me. Make sure we get it right as far as up or down. But the key slot, put it upright on the outside of the door. And then this is your knob for the inside here, but this is kind of going to be tricky because I've got to try to do this where you guys can see and I don't have my big butt right in the way, and I've got my chop saw right here in the way. So we're going to come, you put your plunger in here first. Make sure the taper of your plunger is facing the right way. So you put that in, bury it, And then you got to come through. The knob here assembly has a square shank that's got to come through this square hole in the plunger. And I'm putting my finger on this key slot just so I can remember which way is upright. We're just going to guide that little baby through there. And that is seated. And then on the back side, let's see, I don't see anything that's directional on that. So let's see if we just slide this on here. There we go. So there our doorknob is functioning. It was actually locked. So it's all on there. This little trim plate actually free rotates, so it's a little tricky. It can be tricky sometimes to get the screws started because it's kind of a funny angle. I think 2 longer screws here in our little kit. I might have got super lucky right there. Yes, I did. It feels like I lined it up right off the bat. A lot of times I'll be off by just a hair and then the screw doesn't want to line up in the port on the other side. Just kind of work that screw a little bit, wiggle it so it make sure it's not getting cross-threaded. I try to turn it in handy a little bit to get to where I need to be. And then this is a funny angle too, reaching in here beside it with a screwdriver, but I've never... Some doorknobs have a... Oh. Yeah, some have like a little way that it's kind of flexible. That's interesting. I feel like this one's just going to fall off. But it's not. Okay, the screws just are tapered in there. Let's just see what happens, because this feels... I feel like something's wrong. Well, that's definitely wrong. Dropping your screwdriver is never right. I feel like the screws are super deep set in there. Like they're wanting to pull all the way through, but they're not. It's kind of weird. Torque it up a little bit. Come across the doorknob with screws on the outside, doesn't make much sense, does it? Striker plate's a little cockeyed. Alright, let's see if I can lock myself in. Hey, latches. Turns and opens. Woohoo! So, last thing to do here, put these 2 screws in on your striker plate to hold it tight. That's the other 2 coarse threaded screws that are in here in the kit. See if I can do this inverted. Again, you shouldn't have to drill pilot holes for this sort of stuff. Just have to get a little weight on it to get it started. And if you wanted to use a drill or an impact to run them in, that'd be fine, but you do want to be careful because this door material, this core wood, is pretty soft stuff, really. You don't want to be running a power drill or something and run them in too fast and strip it. So I just run them in until it's snugged up. Oh, there, that pulled that striker plate in too, that base plate. That pulled that into the inside a lot better. Oh, that is nice. Okay. Can I kill another minute with just chat-chitting at you guys? I don't know. I like to try to make my videos about 11 minutes long so I can put some more ads on them. Let's see what all else I got with it, I guess. So, it comes with this little key. This is so you can rekey the door. Although, oh, here you go. Look at that. Instructions. Good to have those. And it's got 2 more screws that, well, they kind of look like screws that would go in there. But they're the same size head. So I don't really know what these spare screws are for. Maybe they're just spare screws. But I guess we can test the key function here, because that's unlocked. Turn it, locked, unlocked. It's a little catchy, but lock it here. Locked from the outside. Come around and test it. Bingo, you see the lock turn, so try that again. So we're locked. Turn it, we're unlocked. Lock it again. That's not too bad. I might actually lock it for right now because I am storing some tools and stuff in here while I'm working on it. Hey, wow! I already killed a minute and a half. Cool. Well, alright. We're done with it. Got the knob installed on the old pump house here. Next step's going to be to actually start to insulate this wall here. Where's my finger? This wall. It's the south wall and east wall. I want to get them insulated and closed up so then I can set the pressure tank in here and start running conduit and water and power lines. So, doorknob's in. One more thing. I thought this little key here was for rekeying the door. It is not. It is just a little fine screwdriver. Actually can go in this hole right there if you want to change your doorknob from knob to a lever or something else like that. That's all that's for. I started looking because I was like, well shoot, I'd like to, I'd really like to rekey this door and just make it the same as my house keys. Which actually, looking at my house key here, whoopsie, look at that. I don't even know that these keys, they may not even be the same type of key. I may not be able to do that, but it'd be kind of nice to put all the keys on the place to be the same, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So anyway, just figured I'd show you that because in the video I kept referring to this as being the key for rekeying the door, and that's not what it's for. So anyway, that's it. Knob's in, everything works great.